Have you heard this sound? Dogs sometimes bark like this, right? There was a village named Sipur. The villagers used to do cultivation, and some villagers had shops, so they had a happy life. And there was a jamidar also, the village head. Some time back, few dogs started barking like this, and people could not sleep at night. So they used to throw some stones, and the dogs used to run away. It continued like this for quite some time. One day, one of the villagers suffered from some disease. He was admitted to hospital. Lot of medical treatment happened, but he could not survive. He died. One of the villagers told the peculiar sound of dogs as a bad sign. If they bark like that, then someone will die in the village. At that time, there is a mad guy who lives in the village. His name is Chogola. How the mad persons behave. He just came jumping, and told, hey, nothing is like that. His time came and he died. Nothing related to this dog barking. Villagers got angry and they beat him up. Chogola just left the place while crying. After few months, the dogs again started barking like that. And another person in the village suffered from some disease and died. Now, this thought got fixed in the minds of the villagers that whenever the dogs are barking like this, one of our fellow is getting dead. They came to the village head and told him this matter. But the village head didn't believe this. He told that this is just a prejudice. There is nothing, no reality behind this, no justification. Then the villagers got disappointed and came back. But after that, what they did, they mixed poison in food and gave to the dogs. I started killing those dogs one by one. The mad fellow in the village named Chogola was watching all these things, all these happenings. But no one would believe him. So, after that first incident where he got beaten, he remained silent. The son of the village head was doing his studies in some foreign nation, but he never wanted to stay back in foreign country and do some job. He always had in his mind to come back to his native and do some business so that his villagers and nearby area people will get some job. So after his studies, he came back and started doing some business. And he was prosperous. He was successful. Years passed like this. One day, few dogs started making that peculiar sound in front of the house of the village head. But the village head never believed that something would happen to their family because of the sound of these dogs. So he didn't bother. But after some time, his son fell ill. He was admitted to hospital. But within few days, his condition became worse and he passed away. Then the village head started thinking that something bad is there in the peculiar barking of the dogs. So, to safeguard his family, the village head bought a foreign dog, and that foreign dog was trained in such a way that if the Indian stray dogs make that peculiar sound in front of his house, then the foreign dog will chase them and drive them away. This happened. It continued like this for few years. One day, that foreign dog also started making such peculiar sound. The village head, his family, and all the villagers, they are also surprised. After this many years, why that foreign dog also barking like that? They were surprised. The mad fellow, Chogola, was going on that road. He was thinking to tell the village head that nothing will happen because of this sound. If time will come, someone will die. But he was afraid. He didn't tell anything. Last time he was beaten by the villagers. One night, the pet dog started making such sound for continuously few hours. The village head came to the pet dog, gave some food, and interacted with the dog, how the owner interacts with their pets. Then, after some time, the dog became silent and didn't bark like that. And everyone in the village head's house, everyone slept after having the dinner. In the morning, when the village head got up, he felt his head somewhat heavy. Then he came out, the door was open, the front gate was open. Then he rushed inside the house and found that everything is stolen. Means some thieves entered his home, his house last night, and took everything. Then he thought why the dog didn't bark looking at the thieves. He came to the dog and found that the dog was dead. After some time, the whole village gathered there because there was a big theft in the village head's house. From nowhere, the mad fellow Chogala came there and told the village head the death of the humans are not related to the peculiar sound of the dogs. The stray dogs might be having some health issues. That's why they made such sound. Then the village head thought, are the stray dogs in the village eating something poisonous or drinking some infected water? Then he called the government officials. They started testing the water in the nearby ponds. And they found that in few of the ponds which were abandoned by the villagers are infected. And the village dogs used to drink water from there and they got infected. They were making such sound in huge pain and later they died. Thank you.